All right, let's get going. Hey everyone, another day, another grind. If you're not familiar, what we're doing on this channel, we're going on a march to startup. Now what that means is I am going from dropping my PhD to having startups and making passive income. My first goal is to make 5,000 in passive income. How exactly? I'm not sure, but I'm trying to figure it out from the initial point. I'm not, for example, trying to make YouTube courses and affiliate marketing and all these different YouTube scammy stuff. No, I have an idea that I want to pursue, and I'm just sharing it. I come from a background where I didn't really have an insight into entrepreneurship. I was raised by a single mom. We were immigrants, so this is my version of figuring it out and just sharing it because I know lots of people are interested and want to know about that stuff. So let's get started. But I just to clarify, I do know that sharing it will give me a broader audience, so I do get some stuff out of it. Let's not get that mistaken, but it's mostly me trying to provide value, not doing it for like how other YouTubers do it. But anyways, overview of what we've done so far. So I'm really approaching this from first step. What do? I don't know how to get my life in order. It almost shouldn't be named March to Startup. It should first be like how to get my it together, and then how do I start entrepreneurship. And so the first thing I did was, okay, I don't know how to manage projects. How I do know how to manage projects, but they're just kind of all over the place. It's just hectic. So first, set up a project and task management system. Second point was, okay, I can organize my projects, but I have so many files all over my computer. My projects are okay, but I just don't know how to manage my files. So organize my files. Now, I have lots of files. I have lots of things that are important to me. How do I manage the maintenance? How do I manage security? How do I make sure that my information is private? So that's something that I'm still doing in the background, but once I do figure that out and have like a more or less solid foundation, I'll be making videos on that. And yeah, so once that's all done, I have like a solid foundation for optimum productivity using my Mac. Nothing's gonna get in my way besides that. So now I'm starting to plan out how I'm going to get to 5K in passive income. I'm dropping out of my PhD in like 5 months, basically. And so I need to figure out something before then. After I drop out, I only have like 6 months of runway money for rent, only rent, nothing else. So I'm going to need to make money somehow. And so I did start going over that in like 2 videos ago. But yeah, other than that, I'm starting to plan it out and trying to move quickly. Just yesterday, I registered my LLC, or last video, I registered my LLC, a company. And once that's up, then going to be working on my first app. And the app is going to serve for two things. First, to try to make some money, but also for my freelance portfolio. I want to try freelancing to get some money on the side while I figure out how to make passive income with applications and stuff like that. So right now, let's start off easy. Let's pick up some easy momentum and let's go over my learning resources. Let's see. Yeah, so again, just to go over my plan right now, I want to get to 5K in passive income. So I'm doing 2 things in parallel. One, I know that I probably won't get 5K in passive income within the next 6 months because I have lots of other things going on. I'm a PhD student still. I have to TA a class. So I can't devote maybe more than 40 hours to this at the moment for the next 4 to 5 months. So what I am doing is preparing a freelance portfolio, going to do some freelance months in April, May, and then in addition, starting to make some apps. And so we're working on lots of things in parallel. Not necessarily in parallel, but trying to get all those things done within the next month or two. And one of those things is I don't have complete insight into how to start up. Like, the things that I'm familiar with are customer discovery interviews. I have a project for my school where I've interviewed personally over, might have been 90. That might 70 at least, but I want to say 90 nurses, doctors, and patients for a project I was working on. So I'm familiar with customer discovery interviews. I'm familiar with iterating a project until you meet the exact customer needs. But I'm not familiar with, okay, now we have a prototype. How do we get paying customers? And how do we get funding to grow this up? And how do we recruit a very talented team? And how to scale quickly? And some marketing. I've had some exposure with marketing from my YouTube, but these are all things that I still need to develop. So for that, I'm going to use books, courses, YouTube channels, podcasts, websites, and look into people and use these to overall plan how I'm going to start up. So first, let's go through the YouTube channels. So what I'm doing for each of these, just going through it, scrolling for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. Excuse me. And deciding, is it useful? Some of them aren't relevant to me. Some of them are useful, not relevant to me. So those, I'll just keep them there in case maybe they're useful for other people. But right now I'm trying to find YouTubes with videos that are immediately relevant to me. I don't want necessarily grand vision, how to be the perfect leader, maybe not necessarily how to recruit the team right now. I don't have money. I don't have an idea. So there are priorities. There's an order to this execution. And those are the YouTube channels that I'm looking for right now. So I have all of these open up in another window. Rip. Okay, we're at 7:38. I just need to, every time I show like a username or something that I don't want to show and get spammed for, I need to block it. That's why I don't stream. But anyways, we have 30-minute marketing. It seemed interesting because of the idea that it's showing topics on marketing within 30 minutes. But now actually reviewing it, you can see they're mostly covering like affiliate marketing. Actually, let me come back. Okay. So just adopted a dog, so sometimes have to pause, see what she needs. But anyways, yeah, so mostly focus on like affiliate marketing, maybe things that you should do as a small channel, which is fine. But I'm also noticing lots of his videos have like a few hundred views, and he's 12,000 subscribers. So not necessarily the best. And also, he's only at 13,000 subscribers. We're looking for people that are credible. Their information is tried and true, tested. You know what I'm trying to say. So not necessarily the best. So we'll just say relevant for small channels. And also considering that he's a marketing channel, you can see he's still sort of experimenting with his thumbnails. So for me, that tells me if he's marketing, but he's still sort of growing, that's not necessarily what we're looking for. Because that's perfectly fine if you're growing, but we want information. We want information from people who have a track record of this. Okay, no, that's not what I want to do. Some videos relevant for small channels. Relevance rating, we'll just put 1 out of 5. I'll just put this. Okay. This person, serial maker of Nomad List, which is remote workers living and traveling. So it looks like he made this website sharing where people can live, how much. So like a community of people. So he has done some building and many more startups. Nomad List seems to be his biggest one, which was okay. And let's see what are his most popular videos. How to build a startup without funding. Idea building, growth, seed funding maybe. Making money, automating it, exiting, making another idea. Something like that maybe. Yeah, I think this might have been the initial reason that caught my attention. I'm doing some digging on other people who are trying to build in public just like me, and trying to scope out the competition, see how I can improve. Yeah, but right now my main thing is I need to be more consistent. I have lots of things going on, so I don't just want to upload a video that has no content, no quality, no value. So this one, small channels. Yeah, we'll say the same thing. That's not to say that his videos don't have any value, but I'm just trying to find videos that have the most value. No, YouTube channels that have the most value in the form of many videos that are solid, and I know in that hour I'm going to get the maximum utility for my time. Because we only have so much time in the week. This one actually I don't think. So I think this person, maybe I can adjust it, but this person is more, he started from like a social media marketing agency. Yeah. And that's not something I'm interested in. Marketing agency roots, relevance. 1 out of 5. Because I'm interested in how people got started. Once you have money, you can completely change your reputation. You can take the route of I'm a VC. I fund startups. I have that perspective. But how you started is what all of us care about. Once you have the money, everything's so much easier. And now I know some people are like, yeah, when you have money, it's harder, lots more problems, blah, 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 whatever. Getting that money is what gets you. Yeah, it just changes everything. I can expand on that if needed in a heated discussion in the comments, but for me, my perspective, I'd rather have money and complain than not have money and complain. Okay, let me focus. So this is Y Combinator Vault. Yeah, solid one. Don't even need to check it a lot. They have lectures on how to start up. So solid. This one, videos. Okay, let's just do like videos are targeted for startups at all phases. So, Cody Sanchez, I will talk about money and getting free. Making money and getting free. Contrarian cap. I'm reading this so wrong. I own Contrarian Capital, a portfolio of boring businesses. Yeah, so this is okay, but it seems like herself, she was at Wall Street, private equity. She's probably making 100,000. That's probably going to be her seed money. And then from now on, all her videos going to be probably have some how do you describe it? Like, when it's not necessarily something you're doing, but it's more just for content. Yeah, so she's making content on different things, probably bringing in some people to share different perspectives. What are her oldest videos first? How to find businesses to acquire. I don't even have money to acquire businesses. How do I run 26 businesses? I wish I could run one business. So right now we're trying to build that up. Yeah, so this maybe might be useful. That made me a millionaire by 24, maybe. By 24. If she worked in private equity, let's say the latest she graduated was 22. Worked in private equity. To say that she worked in private equity and got burnt out, let's say it was a year. So she must have made 900,000 1 year after leaving private equity. That's my take. But maybe, I don't know. How to build a business with no money. Yeah, see, that's what I'm here for. And I'm not necessarily here for the videos of 7 best businesses, because there's going to be thousands of people watching these videos. And so the ideas are probably, is that really all the videos she has? Probably she's pushing out a lot of shorts. Yeah. I'm wondering how she has so many subscribers and this is all her videos. But you never know. Some people only have like 30 videos and they have 1 million subscribers. So, anyways. Targeted for people that have money. Are targeted at people who have money. Or is this a correct take? Are targeted at people who yeah, let's just leave it. It's slightly incorrect, but it's mostly for me. Are targeted at people who have money. Content pushing. Yeah, I think that's a better one. Are mostly content pushing, but may have a few are relevant. .5 out of 5. Uneducated economist. So it's let's read this first. Economic discussion, bring insights from a working class point of view, no suits. I have no background, no formal education, and no reason. Let's see what kind of topics he brings up to discuss. I don't know. It seems like the only way for me to actually tell if this is useful is to have watched a few videos and double checked his take against like actual outcomes in real life. Yeah, and I'm not really like into speculating about what the Fed is doing. Maybe in the future when I have so much money that speculating will save me millions, billions. But at the moment, I think really the biggest thing is me getting started, and I don't think any of this would like impact that. Videos mostly focused on topics. So Y Combinator. Videos to have a successful startup. Yep. Y Combinator is a solid place. Popular. Let's see what Elon interviews is okay. Mark Zuckerberg interview. How to build an MVP. How to get and evaluate startup ideas. Yeah, so a lot of these are aimed for initial starting up. So, very good. Let's see. Founders Podcast. Every week I read a biography of an entrepreneur and tell you what I learned. The quote explains why. Yeah, that's awesome. Solid. Yeah, and he doesn't even have that many. Like, I could probably listen to this in like a month just on commute and other times where I'm just doing tedious work. Just pop a podcast and learn a lot from other people's stories. So let's put this at 5 videos or podcasts retelling the stories of entrepreneurs. Commuting. Although the relevance itself may not be super important, the fact that it's so easy to digest, I think boosts it up. And just to get the perspective of different people and not have to do anything is great. So yeah, we'll just put 3 out of 5. The hustle. News stories. Yeah, so looks like part of it is showing some like case studies, you could say. The other part is talking about trends, which are important for some entrepreneurs. Yeah, case studies, trends. And just some, I guess, insights, economic insights, or so this one, let's say, videos cover a range of entrepreneurial economic topics. We'll have to do some searching to find the most important videos. And let's put this one at like 2. I'm thinking between 2.5 and 2. Lux Friedman. I put Lux as 2.5, so let's do 2.5. Because Lex honestly has less entrepreneurial videos. Now, acquired. This one, every company has a story. Learn the playbooks. That's already a good sign. And they have like case studies, very long, which is great because we know they're going in detail. Ooh, interview with Jensen, Uber CEO. Solid people. And they only have how? Maybe they're bigger elsewhere. Yeah, so I think they have a podcast, right? Yeah. So again, this is like Founders where they have really good, credible people that you can just listen to while you're doing other work. Yeah, they're basically telling the entire story of Amazon, Walmart, Costco, Nvidia. Look at this, the playbook, lessons from 200 companies. That's incredible. So we'll just copy them. entrepreneurs. Cool. Next one, Edward Collins. For a little more than 20 years, I've been helping business owners to protect and create wealth, make sound money decisions. Okay, so helping people make good money decisions. Selling courses, though. Maybe they're useful. So let's see first what he's about. Snitches. Wealth, real profit. Not much help there. Oh, and he's posting shorts on his videos. Great. So let's see. Actually, let's start from oldest. His oldest videos. Strategic planning. The power of you a job owner or business owner. How to price your service. But now it seems like he's mostly just reacting to people. And this is where it starts to get a little bit funky, because if he doesn't have a track record and he's not verified, how is he going to give his opinion on people giving their opinions without much of a proven track record? Because he only has like a year. Yeah, he's only been here a year and made like maybe 30, 40 videos with a max length of like 15 minutes. So, unknown. However, his rating will be like, let's say 2.5. Trying to find a similar one, so I don't have to write it out. Videos cover how should I do it? Makes mostly reaction videos now, but previously had some videos that, yeah, and that actually makes me wonder if he has mostly reaction videos now. Why? Because then that's an indication that he's using YouTube to, like, he finds it valuable enough to take his time to react to videos and post it, which makes me wonder what else he has going on. That is where his focus is. But right here, he's talking about a specific form, so I'm wondering if he has some insight into the details and nuances of running a business. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Previously had some videos that share specific insights. Details on running a business. Unsure. Relevance rating 1.5 out of 5. The Money Guys Show. Yes, I think these guys are solid. They were the ones editing Caleb Hammer. So, auditing. To apply financial tactics that go beyond common sense. Quit worrying. Being an entrepreneur. Seems interesting. How to make the jump to entrepreneurship. Benefits of being an entrepreneur. What kind of playlists actually do they have? average net worth, money traps, how to invest your money, dark side of being a millionaire, how to invest, how to become the next millionaire, how to find success, how to build wealth. Which stage are you at? Yeah, so let's see. Well, how should we rate this? I think managing money is super important as an entrepreneur, but overall as a person. To get started, you need to make sure you have a sustainable path of entrepreneurship, that you don't just jump in and then realize it's not going to work out. Then you have to get a job, pay off any debt you had, and anything like that. So that's important. Cover. Videos cover. Yeah, this is a good one. No, Kagan, I believe I've seen some of his videos where he's interviewing billionaires, which is great. I kind of want to hear this. Because growing up, I used to think Tony Robbins just figured everything out. And I would read his videos, but they would be so hard to act on. And so I always thought it was just, I didn't understand how to implement his ideas, his concepts. And so now I'm curious on reforming my perspective on Tony Robbins and seeing if I was misaligned and now have a different perspective.
The guy stands up and he's like, having a bad relationship. And then Tony in his, big ass way, all right. Boom, fixed. The guy's fixed in that moment, but he's going to have to go home and still deal with the problems that are the root issues of that. If you're new here, my name is Noah Kagan. I'm the founder of AppSwimmer.com. I've covered so many other people out there. I did do my best to stay at this event. I didn't go there with the intent of leaving. When I went there, I actually intentionally didn't sit with my friends so I wouldn't be biased or influenced by how they wanted to do it. I just thought it was healthy to put out my own opinion of the good and bad of the event because I didn't really see anything else out there that I felt was honest. So let's talk about what happened before the event. Most people aren't going to a Tony Robbins event.
Oh.
My life is perfect. Everything is phenomenal. I got to go to a Tony Robbins event. You're probably going to a self-help event or some type of event because you have something you want to work on. What happened for me, I was not happy in my relationships. I was single at the time and I was feeling like, man, am I doing the same things over and over? And I wasn't feeling good about my work. I wasn't part of AppSwimmer.com. I was kind of doing different projects and the podcast. And I was like, man, I really would love if Tony, aka the big god, could come and solve these two problems magically with his fairiness. And so I thought, hey, this is another approach.
Yeah, solid.
That can possibly help. Now, the way I approached the event was that I went and talked to people to solve these problems. Really starting to get you really hyped up, which is, was it NLP, where, they're trying to see the trauma from their family or from their upbringing. I still have these problems. I would like to work on them, and it doesn't feel like this is helping. Was I disappointed? Yeah, I wanted to solve this stuff. But I felt empowered for doing what I wanted. I felt empowered for saying no to something that I didn't want to do anymore, and I didn't. To make sure you get notified every single time. Personal and professional growth with a very close friend. Answers are all inside of us. So if with your own mind, would I have traveling a hotel and or experts or friends that would challenge you to craft your own?
Yeah, I don't even have to watch the whole video to understand what he's basically saying. And what he's saying is Tony Robbins and other people like him sell motivation and inspiration. Oh, is my camera not working? Let's see, I'm gonna pause this. I think my camera froze. Hopefully not that long. But anyways, what Noah was basically, what I understood from not even watching it was, people like Tony Robbins, motivation gurus, try to sell you this motivation on how you can make change. And sure, it can help from like the atmosphere and the hype and being around other people like this. But in reality, to make that change, you have it within you to make that change and make decisions that are important right now. You don't need anyone else's permission. You don't need to feel motivated. You just make the decision. But he's also mentioning other ways that you can empower yourself. So he mentioned having friends that push you and other things like that. And for me, I'm getting to the point where I don't necessarily need motivation to make important decisions. It's more so having a goal, and then whatever I need to get to that goal, thinking about it and making it, acting it out to make that goal happen. So, Noah, really solid. We can do 3 out of 5. Videos are targeted for entrepreneurs. And I'm trying to make a distinction between startups and entrepreneurs. He does talk about startups, I think, on some, but it's more so entrepreneurs. And I think when I think of startups, I almost think of like tech startups. The other option is like sweaty startups, which is like manual labor type startups. But anyways, for entrepreneurs is a little bit wider. We're talking about how to get wealthy. We're talking about all the different areas of startups. So videos are targeted at entrepreneurs at all phases. Relevance 3 to 5. That's good enough. This week in startups covers startups, tech. Oh, so it seems broad, which may or may not be good. AI demos, business breakdowns. Oh, but they only have 2 business breakdowns. Blueprint, that seems like an interesting title. Startup checklist, that seems like an interesting title. Let's actually open these. Launch Accelerator, Ask Me Anything. This week in startups is probably, oh, maybe they have some interesting people. Legal advice, okay. So let's just skim through those. And also let's look at their popular. Oh, so that Peter Thiel on. Airbnb. Mark Cuban. Stefan Wolfram. So that's Edge of Innovation, which is great. And yeah, I don't recognize some of these other people, but they're probably credible. Zillow CEO. They've been around the block. Sequoia. So let's see. Billions is Netflix. So this is Startup Checklist, but clickbait. Wait, is it? Oh. Incentives, startup checklist. Oh, so just the second half of this video. Oh, okay.
Okay, we have an.
Oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, okay. And let's see here. The blueprint, this is finding and developing all-stars. Is this like the other one? Blueprint episode 2? Yeah, where they sort of concatenate or like have 2 different sessions in one episode. when to quit your job. Yeah, so this seems just around my phase. I will, best of 20. Product hunt founder. Yeah, so solid people. Legal advice. Common first time mistakes. How to get press. Yeah, so all of these are good. But anyways, this week in startup, we'll put like a 2.5, 3 out of 5. I'll come back in a sec. All right. So the previous one we said was pretty good. 2.5 or 3. Videos targeted at entrepreneurs. Yeah, we'll just do the same. Later when I'm sifting through and finding the most useful ones, I'll adjust it. Maybe make a more descriptive title. So this one, investment banker, Stanford MBA, he dropped out, I believe. Now he's showing information on his startup. How to create, how to build a loyal audience, how to find a co-founder. Yeah, so I think this one's pretty solid. He doesn't exactly share everything, but he shares a lot. He shares enough that it's useful. And he's actually building something, which is great. And so he's focused mostly on his building because he's not posting a lot, which is the point I probably will eventually get to. But I'm making sure to show the extra steps before I actually built. I'm wondering if he started to build his idea before, or if he showed any point about if he showed him before he was building, in the process of building it from the start. But anyways, his videos are documenting his journey topics, relevance, rating. Yeah, what I like about it is he's showing like behind the scenes, and these are topics and areas that I have no insight into, so very useful. This one is from my university. It's an institution within the university that's focused on the technology and innovation developed at the university, and basically how can we spin off and start up. And so a lot of their videos are focused on innovation and creating a startup with ideas. So business model canvas, that's solid for starters. 10 key elements of a great pitch. Public disclosure. Yeah, this one you might have to look through. I might have to look through it a little bit more with a discerning eye. Provisional patent. But they cover like a lot of the good topics. Fundraising, managing, how to get investors, building out the C-suite team. So it's covering all over the place, really. But it is sort of focused on the initial stages, I believe. So anyways, this one, videos, it's sort of like Y Combinator. Videos are targeted, we'll have to do some selecting, relevance 3.5. I kind of want to dock them a little bit just because given all the information they're giving out, they don't have that many subscribers though, and they've been around a while. So maybe their packaging isn't as great, and so it would be a little bit harder to determine what information is useful. But yeah, it's still pretty good. So I'll just dock it down a little bit. Now this one. Oh, okay. Popular. AI, Notion. This one was what initially caught my attention here. This guy, Mike Siebel, is also probably a good one. This seems interesting. Evernote. Software. Netflix. Oh, other things that are given to Netflix. So lots of case studies. Well, almost every single one's a case study. So where did I have case studies? Who was the last one that had a case study acquired? So you can listen to. However, not as many will. I won't knock it down because on one hand that's actually useful, because if we only hear about the well-known entrepreneurs and we only know those main ways of how they made their money, but with these we can see other perspectives from other people who may not be billionaires, or a lot of them are, but a lot of them are also multi millionaires, and so we get that perspective, all those perspectives. Forbes, this one, business, entrepreneurship, wealth, investing, and leadership. So lots, very broad. We have I'm allergic to dogs, and I have a dog, which is kind of a downside, but anyways, yeah, some case studies, but they're actually pretty short. Popular. Birdman. I remember watching this video and lots of people were giving him, or basically saying that maybe he's bullshitting. Why Kylie Jenner is no longer. I'm undecided, because their videos are really short, so it's almost like they're just trying to push out content and maybe not as informative. I think I covered one like that, where focus on covers information, shows we'll need to do some selecting and follow up. Yeah, this one, CNBC Make It. Their videos are short, mostly like pushing content to get followers. So maybe some of the topics they touch on is interesting, but it would require me to follow up on. For example, this one, Tesla Mafia. So seeing how these people started after Tesla seems kind of interesting. I'm just laughing because I think when I make these videos, it's always at the end of the day when I'm just exhausted from the entire day. So all my videos, you're probably just going to see me being tired. So I'm probably the lowest energy of the day, most tired, always yawning, sick sounding sick because I have dog allergies. But anyways, okay, let's see this one. 30K a month. So maybe some case studies. But I don't know a lot of these people, and I can't trust that he's verified their information. But I think he has. He must have. Flipping websites. I don't want to flip websites. This guy looks like he's selling clothes or something. Selling one product. Don't want podcasts. Don't want to write. Don't want to write. This guy looks like he's making software, so... Or maybe not software. Became a venture capitalist. Maybe that seems interesting. So maybe like one or two. Shows how entrepreneurs made their wealth, how lesser known entrepreneurs made their wealth. Maybe 1 to 2 videos are relevant. So when I sift through this, I'm going to look for the ones that I mentioned, maybe 1 to 2 videos. I'll look for those 1 to 2 videos, only add those videos to my list, but the other ones that have lots of videos that are all relevant, those will be sort of ones that I just listen to and watch over the next few months. Let's say like 1.5 out of 5. Now, how I made my first million. These people are kind of cool. They're both millionaires, multimillionaires. They're interviewing millionaires. And yeah, lots of case studies, and they're also giving ideas from a millionaire perspective. So, very solid. However, okay, so not all of them are going to be applicable, so there's going to be some searching, researching, selecting, or curating, you could say. Shows stories of not necessarily lesser known, but they do have some high-end well-known entrepreneurs. Let's just go with well-known. Hosts are millionaires, and we'll have to do some searching and selecting. But Relevance rating, let's say like either 2.5 or 2. Okay, so Lexby did 2.5, so let's do 2.5. 2.5 to 3. 2.75. Founder Institute. This one I'm not sure about because they seem kind of useful. Videos are long enough that they're going to convey really good ideas. Startup ecosystem, pitching, mastery, marketing. Yeah, so they're really focused on early stage, maybe mid stage startups. Good enough. Let's say it's almost like YC. Jodko, he has a business or more than one business. He talks to leaders and entrepreneurs, among other people. So I would say his probably goes same as Lex. Maybe slightly below just because his isn't so much focused on business leadership. He's more focused on like daily life, almost like Jordan Peterson, in the sense that maybe they have some business topics, but they're maybe mostly focused on like leadership or improving yourself and other sorts of topics like that, which are great, but not what we're looking for on this March to Startup. NASDAQ Entrepreneur Center. So this one, nonprofit advancing entrepreneurial education. Yeah, so this is a little bit like YC in some sense. Let's see, actually, oh, this is their most popular. A chance on you and your ideas. How to expand businesses and international. Top marketing tools. Marketing. Daily habits, grant writing. Entrepreneur leadership. Contact marketing. Marketing. Scaling and building teams, mergers and acquisitions, how to catch a big fish, exiting, I guess. So a lot of these actually may be for like people that already have businesses that they just need the little extra push. Not necessarily people that are starting businesses. Business strategy. Mergers and acquisitions affects your business. The art of doing good and well. Yeah. So videos focused on startups that maybe have around a few months. Let's say 2 out of 5 because I didn't see anything that was quite important for me immediately now. That sounds complicated, but no videos that I can reference right now and use. Why do they have Deepak Chopra? Yeah, 2 out of 5. Maybe we'll come back to this in a few months, but not yet. So that was the YouTube channels. Next up is the courses, which I don't know I can show because Udemy doesn't like to share. Or maybe, actually, let me pause this and check if I can review it. Okay, so we'll just open a new tab on Safari and go over those. But I realized I missed one. Spencer Jan co-founded Solo Stove with only 15K. Publicly traded company, raised, and at its peak, $2 billion valuation. What's popular here? Yeah, so his actually seems pretty useful because drop shipping, like they say you never have to touch a product. It's going from your supplier to people, and they don't really cover like what that means. And he actually shows you how do you import goods from China, simple ways to find factories, packaging explained. Like all of this is, you can actually build products from factories, get it shipped to people. Now, whether a lot of people can act on it, that depends on what route you're taking. But for me, I like that insight. It gives me opportunity when I'm sort of trying to decide how I want to take, what steps I want to take next. So let's see. Gives detailed information on selling products, e-commerce, how do you spell that? Commerce. So to some extent it is useful and I'm curious, but it also isn't necessarily applicable at the moment. So for that reason, 2.5. So we covered that, and now that we've covered all the videos, put some music on and we'll check out Udemy. So on Udemy, there are a few courses I've already bought that I want to look at and just confirm whether I should actually review it, which I should have done before. Digital banking. So I'm curious now that there's crypto, that there is accessible phones, that a lot of banks are still old and depend on like this antiquated system, how it can be innovated and disrupted. I mean, Elon Musk is trying to make X a I don't know if a bank is the right term, but he's getting like licenses so that X can essentially process payments and stuff like that, handle money. So this is to some extent interesting to me. AI, blockchain, open banking. Disrupt banking. Probably back to after I have stable so I don't want to throw all my chips in and try to make like a digital banking solution and then try to go into incubators or accelerators and then try to get funding, and that's going to be my way of making it. First, I want to have some passive income and freelancing and try to essentially give me some slack to do a lot more research and decide what routes interest me and which are the most can give me the most bang for my buck. So this was an entire MBA in one course. This covers launching a new company, legally protect your company, and watch your network take off, business presentations, venture capital, how to raise money. That's useful. How to raise. I watched that one. Security and legal structures. Yeah, that's useful. Financial analysis is useful. Due diligence, modeling IPO. So all these are useful. Relevance rating. Let's see. We'll put like. There's a bug. Let me pause it. I lost it. But anyways. Useful. Okay. First was digital banking relevance rating. We'll put 2 out of 5. Entire MBA in a course. Covers journey from start to IPO. Maybe a little bit further. Alternatives, turnaround. I think it's exits as well, right? But anyways, relevance. Four out of 5 just because it's packaged so nicely. Everything's there. You cover it in a course. No searching for anything else. And there's MBA in a box. This is the other one I got. And this one covers life cycle, so you get a broad perspective. So it's mostly covering strategy, management, marketing, some of the specifics, negotiation, influence. Yeah, so that's maybe a little bit later. Maybe useful after I have some initial success. You want to say initial, let's say like 3 to 5 months in, maybe 6 months in, having some success. This will help me just ramp up my learning. I want to be able to apply these firsthand, like I learn technique, right away apply it. Right now, if I learn accounting, I don't have any money to account. I'm not making anything. I don't have revenue. I have costs, but this won't be immediately useful to me. I'll watch it and then I'll have to watch it again once I get to that stage, and that's not what I want. So yeah, so maybe useful after relevance. Rating, this is hard. I don't know what to put. Let's say like, yeah, I guess I'll have to make the distinction. Some are relevant now, some are relevant later. I did make it earlier, but those videos were relevant a lot more in the future, not necessarily now. This is relevant in the near future. So maybe like 3. Let's just say 3. And let's see, we have mega digital marketing. This one, I believe, covers like Facebook, YouTube ads, ChatGPT prompting, website creation, business advice, email marketing, copywriting, SEO training, search engine, Instagram, Facebook, Google Analytics. So basically everything around marketing. So I don't know too much. This is probably useful, so I'll just say covers all aspects of marketing. Might have to discern which videos are most. It's only 24 hours, right? I saw the hours somewhere. 23 article. Oh, 74 hours. Okay. Yeah, might have to discern which are most applicable now. We'll say 3.5 out of 5. Complete digital marketing. Website. Oh, man, I should have seen that when I bought it. But, I mean, it covers more social media marketing. So, to some extent, it is in complete overlap. Yeah, it'll be about the same as the previous one. Covers all aspects. Marketing, might have to discern. 75 hours. Yeah. And then next, or the last one. This one I know is useful. I'm going to use it straight out the bat. Yeah, it's free. It's about, let's see. Where do I get like a... I guess it doesn't show it. But anyways, Steve Blank, he's like one of the OGs in modern startup methodology. So he's going to cover different business models. How do you make money? Lots of ways of making money. So you get that overall insight of what sort of interest do you have, what technology or thing do you want to do, and then how do you sort of package it to make money, and how do you talk to customers to actually sell it. Value proposition. So what value are you giving to your customers? Defining your customers. How are you going to provide the value to your customers? Building relationships with customers. You can have multiple different types of customers, different stakeholders, and so you need to define your relationships and how they can help you, how you can help them. I forget what revenue model was, but it's similar to business model, how you're making money. Oh, partners. So maybe this was different than what I was saying. What are your resources, costs, and what are you doing? Yeah, so very solid. This would be like one of the things that I go through first. I also have the book, so I'll add the book as well. And then the last thing, actually let's search here. School of Business, digital marketing. Is it free though? I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell. So anyways, build. Oh no, this is on Udemy. Startup metrics, again, Steve Blank. Going lean. And I think in total this is like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Yeah, so good enough to like, you can probably view it over a few days. So those I'm actually give 5 out of 5. Those are the first ones I'm going to go to. This one covers journey from start to IPO. Covers journey of starting. No, process of starting. Let's see. Yeah, same. Let's just give it the same as this one, because I think it's the same on the same topics. So we have courses that we reviewed, YouTube channels we reviewed. Oh, podcasts, great. So now we have to do some podcasts and some websites and some people. People might actually take a little bit longer because I also want to make a more complete list of people. Well, yeah, when we get to people, we'll decide. So it's 10. Let's see. Do I want to keep reviewing courses, or should I start working on some other things? Yeah, let's work on some other things. This was just to build momentum. We finished YouTube channels, we finished courses. Let me pause it and make sure I'm on track. Okay, so I am on track. Yesterday, or last video, started up my company as an LLC. And in the startup realm, first it was about reviewing resources and making a list of what I am immediately going to consume and really use to figure out my next few steps. And review, let's see. So here we had books, courses, YouTube channels, podcasts, website, and people. So far we've covered courses, YouTube channels. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully tomorrow we'll finish this. Let's actually write that 2-9. Website 2-9. People, I'm undecided. People can take quite a bit. Let's say 2-10 by the latest. And books, let's say 2-11. Books, I want to make like a good solid list of initial books, and there's just so many entrepreneurial books out there. So I just want to be diligent in my research. So that's that. And then I also have to do this offline, but organize a bunch of files and links that I have to decide what I'll use, and I'll share. But for now, I have some like personal information, some other things that I just want to make sure I organize offline and don't accidentally share that I'm not supposed to. Prepare to freelance. So now let's see here. So to freelance, what do we need? Okay, actually, before we do that, here is our timeline. And some things I'm going to get to in the future within this week are my health, which it'll be a new series, and then my finances. So I'm not sure if that'll be a new series, but it'll be something I share. I really want to give a full, well-rounded picture of starting up and everything that goes into considering the startup. So here is books. So this was in books. My first million. We wrote that down. YCO. Did I already have that somewhere? Website. Y Combinator. I do. Cool. Oh, this is business structure. Yeah. And then I'll write this under books. Startup Owner's Manual. Now, get key resources. Here we said that. Okay. Oh, did I say 3 Ks? I did not mean that. I meant like, okay. So let's see. We have freelance, and here we're going to actually let's do startup. So my intention here is what I mean to share for other people who just want a checklist to do their own path. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I put it in that perspective, decide, so it's going to be tailored towards me, but I want it to make it to some extent general that other people can follow. So decide on or manner of making money while figuring things out. Yeah. So that's mine, freelancing. And since I'm freelancing, first thing I have to do is build not necessarily the first thing, build a portfolio. Here I want to do it by 3-1. Oh, okay, I actually have enough weeks in the month to build my portfolio. So build a portfolio. And actually I need to refine this list a little bit, but build a portfolio. Projects. Or maybe before that. Great profiles on what's it, Upwork? Maybe, okay. Scope out freelancing platforms. Create profiles for and check out freelancing developers. What skills do I want to freelance? Yeah, so that'll influence what my portfolio is and also how I develop my portfolio. What should my portfolio look like? How much I charge, create a list of, and then this is going to be a bit like in the background when I have time. Review Udemy freelancing courses. So I did buy some Udemy freelancing courses. I can share that once I go over them and see what's useful. Or I can also probably share my freelancing notes. So create lists of projects. And then start building projects. And project number 1. So right now I know Swift good enough. Well, maybe not good enough. I know the Swift language and the syntax. I still need to, and I've built some basic apps, but there's a lot that I can improve. So I'll probably be learning while I'm building, and then in the process of that, I'll also be publishing my apps and selling them. So it's all very efficient. It's not necessarily I'm just building projects just for portfolio that are not useful. I'm building projects that I want to use in my life that I think at least some people are going to find it useful enough that they'll buy it, or ad revenue from those apps is going to start making me some passive income. So in this way, you'll notice that I'm trying to be efficient and, in a sense, strategic. But it doesn't take like a big brain to try to be strategic like that. So we have this. We have this by March. Yeah. So build a portfolio. And then, okay, actually this one we'll do 3 dots. It'll be continue process once we have a portfolio. Freelance 20 hours a week. Aim make over 20k 2k a month. Is this, if I did not meet my goal, ramp up to hours a week. Okay, actually aim for, so let's make this a separate one. Freelance 20 hours a week, aim to make over 2k a month. This would cover rent, and then with a little bit of extra time I could make enough for money and student loans. So I said this is by end of April, right? Where am I looking? Yeah, by end of April. So April is 4-30. 4-30. And then if I did not meet my goal, ramp up to 30 hours a week. Aim, make over 2K a month. This would be by 5-30. And let's see. And then at that point, at the end of March, if I'm making 2K, that's going to be enough to cover all my basic living expenses, working from home, fully autonomous. And so I should be sustainable to continue building in public my March to startup. Now, if it's not, if I did not meet my goal, do I see anything I can change to meet my goal in June? If not clear, then if it's not clear to me how I can make 2K from freelancing, because it's just not clear to me, then best answer is, let's see, prepared to enter industry. So at this point, I'll have like 6 months of runway money that I'm going to start burning into. And so I need to ramp up within like prepared to enter industry by end of July. So I'll have burnt into like 2 months of runway money, but I will have entered a job, a well-paying job, and then I'll have some other requirements, such as, do I want to focus on research in AI, or do I want to focus on app development to develop my app development skills? Do I want to be a marketing or salesperson? These are all questions that I will figure out, but essentially I want a job that improves the skills I need to go faster on my march to startup, and also is well paying. So I have capital, and I can also pay off loans, so I don't have to worry about those in the future. So I knocked all those out. Let's see if we can just strike it through. Perfect. So that's one. Let's see. Effort. How do we parallel? Task 1. And then the other thing that's in parallel, task 2, maybe or track is better. So the other track is starting up. And so to get started, build some momentum, get in the right headspace, I need to review resources. Immediately start up. Etc. Oh. So Okay, actually, let me paste this first before I... Well, Okay, so I'll write it out here. What I was saying oh for was because really the aim of reviewing resources is what are my resources to help me start up and get funding? And ChatGPT, you ask it, how can I immediately start up and get funding? It'll answer you. And then the other thing that came to mind was like incubators and accelerators are other resources that can help you immediately start up. So that's something I should research as well. What are incubators, accelerators around me? But I think you need an idea for those. So maybe that's hinting at something else. Review resources. Okay, actually, so let's review resources. Let's have a list of resources and make a plan on what we consume when. Oh, this one is actually not there. Make a plan on what we consume when. Make a plan for the future because some of these are applicable in the future. And then start consuming them. But in parallel to consuming them, we're gonna start ideation. Just every day, write down like 5 ideas. And keep in mind that I'm already starting to build out things that I expect to make some money, maybe not a lot, but it's things I would use, so I would expect other people like me to use them through this process of building my portfolio. So we're being well-rounded. We're building, flexing those muscles there, exercising those muscles there, while also layering it with knowledge and thinking and learning to then improve over the next few months as well. So start ideation and okay, let's see. Review resources. So here I also have to organize files and links. Be quick. Categorize them and decide what is now versus later. So once I do that, I start thinking about ideas. Let's probably make this about 1 to 2 weeks. And this will be in parallel to consuming. I think this is best when we're thinking about other people's stories, how they got their ideas, how they built it up. So we're really getting the brain juices flowing and exercising them in the right time. We don't want to be hearing about other founders' stories and thinking about other ideas we could have worked on once we were sort of set on a path of an idea and we're in an incubator and accelerator. Or actually maybe that's still the perfect time of changing routes, but still we're trying to get all our ideas out and then pursue one that we think is the best within like a month. Yeah, get all the ideas out, rank them. Which ones are we most passionate about? Which ones seem good, but we're just not the right person to carry out? So, yeah, there's going to be lots of ideas that come. Start ideation for about 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, and then also write down sort of the steps they followed so that we can start to make a timeline. Make a timeline for myself. Timeline for specific idea, but also overall timeline, because I want to be a serial entrepreneur, so there's going to be multiple exits, multiple ideas that I build, and so I need an overall timeline and not just one idea. I don't know if the first idea is going to be the best idea, how far it goes, so going to have like a maybe almost like a plan B, as I will feel out ideas as I'm building them. But yeah, so all of this we've basically merged into the other one. Strike through. Now I will build multiple startups. Yep, I said that. Yes, I wrote down incubators. Oh wait, quick. What did it share? Occupational. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. Strike through. Let's see. To continue to think about approach. Right. Ideation. So during the ideation phase, I also want to think about major problems in the world. Elon in the shower. Yeah, so I got this idea from Elon mentioning how he decided what he wanted to work on. He was in the shower and just thought about what would elevate humanity. So that's me just thinking about what are the major problems in the world, and let's focus on one versus low-hanging fruit. So what are issues I'm having that I can make apps for, web services for, and just start making some passive income and some capital, and then I can maybe go onto a problem that's more capital intensive. Yeah, and then this is part of just finance planning, which I have on there to continue to brainstorm with me. It's also asking ChatGPT, and then make a timeline for myself. How to start up. Actually, let's make a rough outline of, and then make the timeline specific to myself. Great. And then the other part that I wanted to think about was like, so these are all prompts that I want to think about what is right for disruption. So like finance, banking, and then we'll say Algorand, which is a crypto that I would want to build for if I was building for any cryptos. Let's see. But I don't know if that's something I'd want to dive into. It has a lot of potential. And if I went into it, I'd have to spend a lot of time, I can imagine. It's very niche, so finding other people to hire would be expensive. So that's something I want to think about. What's right for disruption? Yeah. Starting up. So that's this curated list is what I'm working on. Markets, this video. Yeah, it might actually be harder. Or, okay. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Okay, so this question is actually here. Answer that, and then once I make that timeline, I want to make a video just sharing how I decided I would. Planning March to startup. Let's see. And then here actually okay, since that's there. March to startup supplemental efforts. Yeah, so that's sort of hinting that this is important to starting up. You need to have your finances straight. You need to be healthy physically, mentally. You want to have longevity and you don't want to burn out because of all the stress that is happening. So that's solid. Health, make running plan, maybe like meditation, something like that, or breath work. Yeah, that's solid. So clarify. Okay, so just did that. Update action plan. What's in my action plan? So what's funny is I'm sort of already. Okay, actually what we can do, since I'm already basically doing this action plan, I can just update timeline with dates using tasks plugin. So one thing that I can do, since I'm using this Obsidian app to take my notes, what you can notice is these tasks have a start date. It's a little plain, maybe like a little cheesy or whatever you might think of it. Or this due date, actually. This is a due date. This helps me query when I need to do everything, when it's due, and when I need to start it. So for some of these, since they might be like ongoing efforts, I'll just add those due dates and start dates. Summarize insights. Yeah, I don't think that's useful anymore. This is already in there. Yeah, so now I just need to update my tasks. And then once I update my tasks, I'll take a break now, update my tasks, take another break maybe, and then scope out freelancing platforms maybe. Yeah, because we worked on this 2-8, 2-8, and yeah, let's just be balanced. So yeah, I'll scope out freelancing platforms. I think it'll be like Upwork and Fiverr were the two that I've heard about, so I'll need to see. And I might create profiles today, but I'll do that offline. I'll share my profiles once I create it. Tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, so time for break. Alright, so let's add dates to this. So this one was start date of, let's say, and due date of today. So this is actually due 2023 of 12 and the 20th. One and the second. Cool. We have the third. To the 6th. And this was the 8th to the 9th. Or, 8th to the 19th. To the 19th. 8th to the 12th. Same thing here. Yeah. 10 to the 16. And then this was just one day. The 18. To 21. To 25. This one, comprehensive organization, started on the 25th. And when do I think I can finish this? Comprehensive organization is going to take like let's give myself 3 weeks. Kind of excessive, but it'll be a huge milestone. Maintenance plan. Yeah, so this has been taking a while. Maintenance plan is actually sort of in the process. So, yeah. This started then, but I can't actually make a decision until after I've organized Obsidian completely. So let's do 4 weeks from today. 4 weeks from... And so I'll just leave this like that because I need to figure out the task below it. This was 26. Oh. and then short video going over the productivity vault. Productivity, what was productivity? When do I think I'm gonna get to that? So and I'm kind of procrastinating it. I'm not in the right sort of headspace to make those videos yet. But I really okay, let's make that actually do here. Do it this time at 4 weeks. Okay, we'll just actually start date at 4 weeks from now with a due date at 4 from now. 4 weeks. Yo, is that the song with the alarm beeps and okay, so what was I doing? Good. Now, plan to reach 5K a month. This is going to take me some time. Okay, actually, let's do the individual tasks first. So, build my portfolio. We said we want to build the portfolio by March. Oh, I see. Okay, so actually this is today. Scope out at start date today, due date tomorrow. Create profiles, start date tomorrow, due date tomorrow. Check out freelancers. This would be start date tomorrow. Let's do due date. Tomorrow's Friday. We're Saturday. At no 10th. This would be at tomorrow, and then I want this to be due also on the 10th. This would start let's see, maybe the 10th. And then due date would be when we finish our portfolio. build project 1. Start. This would start as soon as we make a list of projects. So this would probably be the 10th. And due date would be, how fast can we make a app? 2 weeks? Yeah, but that's not enough time. If I want to make a portfolio, it's going to take me a bit longer. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so actually what I might have to do is in parallel to building a project, let's see. Adjust projects from so this would also be on the same timeline. So I'll probably only have one project that I have for my portfolio that's end to end and I'm selling. The other ones would be just actual test projects. But then as time goes on, I'll continue to add more to my portfolio. And freelancing. This starts January, February, March. Wait, this would be April. Over May. Oh, so actually I might have 2 months for my portfolio until 30. I don't know if there's 31 days. So I'll do 30. Yeah. Great. So we have extra time. Maybe we can pump out 2 other apps in the month of March. And then start freelancing at start of end. What am I doing? Due date. Due. What is this? Okay. At end of my brain's starting to just not work. At the start of March, April, May. At end of May. If I did not meet my goal. So this would be at the start of June. End of July. Starting up. Yeah, so overall, I'll just leave this as is because all these different times are there. And yeah, I wouldn't say it's planning anymore. Although there is some planning. Now we're actually like working. Let's see. So this was start was today, and same thing with the other one. Podcasts, I started 2 days ago, and I plan to finish it tomorrow. Same thing here. Plan to finish it tomorrow. Plan to finish this on the 10th. Finish this on the 11th. This one I actually haven't started, so I'll say 9. Yeah, this one would just be on the 11th or both. Organize links. So this I started and would try to finish at 2 weeks from now. Ideation. So this would be started on at 2 days ago and ending by 2 weeks from now. Yeah. So that's reviewing progress, ideation. So this is gonna start on the 12th at, or Monday, and we're aiming for about 2 weeks at, or due date, at 2 weeks from Monday. So 14 would be like 28, 26. This is going to take about a day. Okay, actually let's... This would take about a day. So let's say we do this on Tuesday. Start on Tuesday and Tuesday. Take about 2 hours of research. This one we would like start Monday, but we would make it go until the 19th, just on the back burner. This as well. Start 2 and on 19th. What is for disruption? This as well. This will probably do on one day, so like the 20. Let's do 20. Once we start to think about stuff, rank ideas, so that would probably also be on the 20th. With the help of ChatGPT, write down their paths. So this would start when we start listening to stuff, which would be on the 12th. And yes, this is actually quite a tight timeline. I might have to push it back like a few days, but good to actually have tight timelines. What did I do? Have a rough outline of how to start up. Make a timeline for myself. So this would be like, yeah, it started then, go to 23. And then this would be right after, so start date actually 26. And finances I want to figure out next week. So start date Monday, figure it out by Friday. Five days, the 17th. This one, same thing. This, sometime in February. Great. So now we have updated timeline. And then the other thing I mentioned doing was scoping out freelance platforms. So let's see. Today. Okay. So, looking at freelance platforms, we have Fiverr, Upwork, This is weird that the ones Google suggests do not include Upwork and Fiverr. Let's see. How can we... Is like Angie's List something? No, this is more physical stuff. I like ones that have a vetting process. I feel like people are more willing to go to ones with a vetting process. 99 Designs, maybe? But it's more graphical design. Okay, so avoid like the plague. So she said, avoid guru. People per hour. Or let's okay. Unsure. So those we're unsure about. The ones we know for sure. She had total. Contra. Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer. She had a nice design somewhere. Like a little rare. So, Upwork, lots of clients, super competitive. No fees, freelancer protection, great community, higher rates. It's new. Pretty competitive, high fees. Oh, 20%. Yeah, lots of buyers. Contests. Weird fees, nah. Subscription model, terrible UI. Heavy fees, very competitive, no. No free version. Ripple, maybe Ripple. Yeah, I think that's... Actually, let me see. And actually something I haven't mentioned yet, but an interest, a good reason to freelance is you get a perspective as a freelancer. So then I know when I make my first few apps, there might be aspects that I need to just rush on, and I don't have time to develop my own skills. And so I'll need to hire freelancers. And having that perspective allows me to know what freelancers are worth hiring, while others may be faking their portfolios, and really understanding that sort of perspective. Which ones are charging good, which ones are just bullshitting. So rates, brain trust, 10x management. Damn. It's 175 an hour. That's cool. Cool. So now we have a list of freelance platforms. Up next, okay, so I think I'll do that tomorrow. Basically, midnight. Time to get some sleep. Alright, see y'all tomorrow.